We begin at 5 o'clock. There goes the salt truck. We've got fresh video of another fresh snowfall across Kentuckiana from the WHAS11 drone. Down below there, that's the Clifton neighborhood, and we're showing you a salt truck going right down to the street. Those streets, look at that, folks, wide and clear. The WHAS11 drone from our senior photojournalist, Alyssa Newton there, showing a Clifton neighborhood on this snowy afternoon. Well, this morning's snow again marking Louisville's 5th snowiest December on record. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us as we head into the weekend. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard, and that's right. Now we've got more snow coming our way, and dangerous cold is also coming this weekend. Let's go over to meteorologist Mallory Schnell, our chief, to tell us more about what we can expect. Mallory? So
Mallory, those roads behind you at 11 o'clock last night, so different. What a quick melt-off we had today.
Yeah, really, temperatures today were perfect. All of that prep that they did ahead of time. This is that kind of snow where that works really well because temperatures were right around 30 degrees overnight. We warmed up quickly this morning, so all that was able to get off the roads. And let's take a look at some of these Trimark cameras, especially down in E-Town. There was snow in this grassy area. Temperatures down there warmed into the 40s, so the 1 to 3 inches that E-Town got, that is gone. Take a look at some of these snowfall reports from last night. Very impressive in some of these narrow bands, like Starlight and French Lick, 6 to 7 inches of snowfall there. That's where it really overperformed. Much of the Louisville area picked about 4 inches or so of snowfall before it started to melt. And then, of course, lower amounts along and south of the parkways, which was expected. Temperatures today warmed into the upper 30s in Louisville. We're back down to 36 right now. We had some low to mid 40s down to the south, really accelerating that melting process there. A few of these lower 30s off to the north where there is some higher snowpack in areas like Paoli. But the rest of this evening here looking to be very quiet. If you have Friday night plans, no issues, maybe some refreezing on some of those side streets there that were untreated overnight. But your hourly planner, temperatures will fall into the lower 30s. That's pretty much where they will stay. Maybe some upper 20s by early tomorrow morning under mostly cloudy skies. First half of Saturday looking quiet, but then we could see some more light snow showers by Saturday evening. I'll talk much more about that. And of course, the dangerous cold that's on the way Sunday. That's all coming up in our 7-day forecast.
Mallory, thank you very much. Well, we just showed you the Clifton neighborhood from the air. Now let's go straight to our Alexandra Goldberg. She is live in the Clifton neighborhood for us.
That's right. She has more information on these back-to-back weather events. How's it going, Alexandra?
Hey, can't complain right now, at least not yet. I want to show you the road conditions here. We're on Pope Street in the Clifton neighborhood. You can see these roads are dry. A lot of the snow that we saw come overnight has now melted, of course, sticking to some of these grassy areas and some plants around here. But it's the severe weather threat coming this weekend that will be the next obstacle to tackle. It takes a team to cover over 2,000 miles of roadways in Louisville. Take a look inside the dome. Mounds of salt used to treat and brine the roads.
I think the road condition that you're seeing right now is the result of some changes that we've made over the past several months. And that is because of the brining that started much earlier than when the weather came in.
Mayor Craig Greenberg says 50 snow trucks were on the roads overnight. Here, those plow trucks are making their way around the Clifton neighborhood. As the snow melts away, bitter cold is on the horizon.
This should be more than enough to keep everything moving overnight so it doesn't freeze up.
Owner of Backup Plumbing, Andrew Manning, showing us how to winterize your home.
I would leave these trickling until it warms back up. I'm waiting for it to get above 25 degrees outside.
Turn your faucets on just the slightest bit. In the primary, in the kids' bathroom.
That is so much cheaper than an insurance claim or having to call a plumber.
And in the kitchen.
There's my heater.
Set up a space heater too if you don't leave it unattended. Now, outdoors.
If there's a garden hose on it, you definitely want to take that off.
You can protect your pipes with an insulated cover.
Those hook onto the faucet. You kind of tighten them against the house like that. And those can also go a pretty long way in helping protect your outside faucets.
Worry less about frozen pipes and more about freezing memories. And this is the 5th snowiest December in Louisville's history. We learned today that Metro snow teams have already used 7,000 tons of salt this winter, leaving 25,000 more tons of salt left in the tank for the rest of this season. We're live in Louisville. Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side. Connie, Doug, back to you.
Alexander, thank you. And this is certainly going to be an important weekend to stay in touch with WHAS 11 News, especially Sunday with that dangerous cold moving in. So don't forget to download the free WHAS 11 app on your smartphone. And that's where we'll send you the very latest weather alerts from our team straight to your cell phone. Download it for free right now, wherever you get your apps.
Here at 5, Metro Police are investigating a deadly stabbing in the Southside neighborhood. It happened at an apartment on Colonial Oaks Court just after 2:30 this afternoon. When police arrived, they found a man inside an apartment who had been stabbed. He later died at that scene. Police say everyone involved has been accounted for.
A cloud of uncertainty hanging over the Blue Oval SK battery plant in Hardin County. The company's founders, as we learned this week, Ford and South Korean battery maker SK On, are now splitting up. Ford will take over the Kentucky plant that in August started to produce batteries for their electric vehicles.
Yeah, in a statement to WHAS 11 today, Ford said they are aware of SK's disclosure and that they have nothing further to share at this time.
Well, Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Connie Offit have reaction from local businesses in Hardin County.
Just 4 months after the first EV battery rolled off the assembly line at the Blue Oval SK plant in Hardin County, the company's founders are splitting up, partners since late 2021.
First it was, oh my gosh, they're opening, they're beginning production. Then it was, oh my gosh, they're unionizing. Do we want that or do we not want that? How do we feel about that? And then now it's like, boom, they're breaking up.
The partnership between Ford and South Korean battery maker SK On has abruptly ended, leaving the future of Kentucky's largest ever economic investment in limbo. Glendale business owners like Mary Spock, who runs Small Biz Market, describe the whiplash for the community.
You're poking at their familiarity again. Like they finally have gotten used to this battery plant, Blue Oval being there, and now change is going to happen again.
Ford will take over the plant, employing nearly 1,500 people as of August. In a statement sent to WHAS 11, the automaker was brief. We are aware of SK's disclosure, and we have nothing further to share at this time. The project is arguably Governor Andy Beshear's top economic accomplishment, one he talks about often. I asked him if he's confident Ford will continue making batteries in plant number 1, known as Kentucky 1.
I am confident that there will be activity in at least Kentucky 1 in our future. What that activity will be, whether it will take longer to ramp up, that we've all got to work through.
And they built this huge, beautiful facility that is capable of producing something. So they're going to utilize that. The only positive is going to come from this.
Spock trusts whatever happens next, the Glendale businesses will still reap the benefits.
It's not like that place is going to be empty. Something else is going to happen there. That building is going to be utilized.
The governor says we can expect an update from Ford on this next week. In Hardin County, Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.
The Blue Oval SK initiative was a nearly $6 billion investment in Kentucky that was announced back in 2021.
It includes plans to build a second EV battery plant there in Hardin County, right next to the first, and those plans have been paused because market demand for electric vehicles hasn't been as high as Ford had hoped.
Right here tonight at 5, Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman is trying to cut down on organized retail crime. According to Coleman, retailers in Kentucky lost $990 million in revenue to theft in 2022. Last year, the Commonwealth reported a 30% one-year increase in organized retail crime. Kentucky State Representative Jared Bauman of Louisville says during the next legislative session, he will push for a $2 million task force to fight organized retail crime.
The General Assembly has made several policy changes to strengthen laws on retail theft, including allowing for the aggregation of theft charges over a 12-month period, allowing for prosecutions across multiple jurisdictions that we saw in House Bill 5, the Safer Kentucky Act, and making gift card fraud a felony offense at any stage of the crime. A detective in the Kentucky Attorney General's Department of Criminal Investigations was sworn in earlier this year
to specifically coordinate a statewide response to organized retail crime.
A major fallout after redistricting is struck down in Indiana. Our Travis Breeze was at the State House when that controversial vote went down. He's with us live in studio, breaking it all down next.
And here's a look at today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $70 million. Powerball up to $1 billion.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.